Success is just a decision away. And that decision is really up to you. The moment that you decide that you're going to do the things you got to do to make things happen in your life. And a lot of times we think about just within ourselves in a little world where we're just sitting there and wondering, goodness, what am I going to do to get out of the situation that I'm in? And you probably sometimes think about just throwing the towel, right? In boxing, throwing the towel just means you give up. The moment that I realized that I could do something, and I'll tell you a little story. When I walked in to the Miami Lighthouse as a blind person, I had come to the realization that I was going to be blind, and the fear mostly was of having lost control of my situation. I was somebody who had had a very successful life. I had a great job. I was an executive of an IT firm, and we did a lot of consulting around the Miami area in Florida, and it was not easy going from being able to drive every single day, to just wondering what the next step was going to be. And I walked into the Miami Lighthouse, and there was one person there. I remember she was the director of the lighthouse, and she said to me, "Come, I'm going to help you." And that hand was what gave me the next boost. Because remember, if you've been following me for a while, my friend Tony had told me that I was being a shut-in at the time that I lost my sight. It took me 3 years to figure out, hey, how am I going to get from there to here? What I mean was, I was at point A right now. I had lost my sight, and going to point B, how was that going to happen? And that's the question that many people have. And so in order for you to set the example, you have to be a champion of change. You have to be the one that traces the path for people to come. And if you can become that champion, I think it can make a big difference. So that person comes in and says, her name was Sylvia. She comes in and she says, well, Jose, I'm going to help you. And she grabbed me by the hand. And I don't remember where else I went that day, but I went on a journey of learning how to get around with a cane. And then I realized that there were other things that were going to be in the way that were going to be difficult, obstacles that I had no idea were going to happen. Someone else showed up, another good friend, a lifetime friend. His name was John, and he helped me with mobility and training. He said, he used to call me captain, and I said, John, don't call me a captain. And he said, Jose, because I know your desire is to do more, but be patient, take it easy, don't rush it. The first thing he showed me was how to use a compass, how to tell north, east, west, and south. And that was difficult because I had never thought about that consciously. I thought about north, east, west, and south. I just knew that the sun came out of the east. But he showed me to become more aware of my environment, all right? And showed me strategies for coping with environments, understanding, listening, listening. John was instrumental. Look at the number of people that have one person that kind of pushes me off the ledge, the other one that says, I'm going to help you. And then the next person that says, be patient, take the time to learn this. And I told him, John, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to learn. And he said, I see your desire and I'm going to help you. After John, I had a tremendous group of people, a line of people that were just there waiting, and that's what people are waiting for you to do today. It is, how do you gain How do you help somebody else gain the confidence that you gained while going through the difficulties that you were going through? Well, it takes patience, time, and understanding. And sometimes takes a lot of good people to do a lot of good things to help one person. And today, not only do I thank my God for that, because I know that the hands of God were in my life all the way from the time that I lost my sight, that I left that car, that I went back home. And all that time, I had to cope with a lot of different things. Most of them were internal. I mean, coping was mostly internal. While everybody else was trying to help, I was being an obstacle. I was being the one that was not wanting to be seen as a blind person, going through all that, right? A lot of people have gone through that. It happens in anything. And so going through that, and then going back to school and finishing my degree, a lot of people lined up to help. And this is what I believe today, and I'm going to leave it at this, is that if you have a great expectation of people, they will perform and help you. If you have low expectations of people, they won't. So today, as you transmit your message into the universe, right? You transmit your message of love or your message of positiveness. Remember that people respond to your energy of whether you believe in them or whether you don't. Be an encourager. Be somebody that helps others. Be that person that grabs that next person's hands and says, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there for you. And work to make a difference so that somebody else can see what you saw in the many people that were there ready to help you. And you're going to be a facilitator for somebody who has never had the independence that you have, and you're going to do that for a lot of people. Whether you're going to do it with your business, right? If you have a business, or you run your own business, or you have a gig, a side gig, you're going to do that in a team environment. You're going to do that at church. Be that lifter. Be that person that lifts others. Learn to understand that you're not a rock, that even rocks can change throughout eternity. But you have the ability to reprogram yourself. You have the ability to change that ship, to take your mind and say, you know what? I am this way. I know I don't want to change, but I can be a change. I can change. I could be better. Have a great day.
Speech on. And your left edge. Decline. Button. Face your 7 minutes. Face your top left. Key to WhatsApp party. Set decline. Answer call. Button. Answer.